Hi everyone, I'm Jennifer, and welcome to this very special edition of Movie Talk. If you've happened to notice the upload date of this video, you know that today's May 4th, and to Star Wars fans, that can mean only one thing. It's Star Wars Day. And I figured, what better day to kick off my Movie Talk videos on Star Wars than today. Now, before we get started, I just like to say one thing, well, two things, and one is I may do a little jabber jawing on this video as I am a Star Wars fan, a big Star Wars fan. Number two, I will be doing the Star Wars videos, or Star Wars movies in chronological order rather than release order, as I feel they will make more sense. So, that being said, the first Star Wars movie talk video, or movie I will be doing a movie talk video on, and the subject of this special edition is Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. This is the fourth movie in the Star Wars franchise, but it is a prequel movie and takes place 32 years before the events of the original trilogy. This movie was made in 1999 and basically sets up this, what happens, or what leads to the events later on in the other two movies. We are introduced to a very young Obi-Wan Kenobi, played by Edward McGregor, and a very young Anakin Skywalker. In this movie, he is 9 years old, played by Jake Lloyd. We're also introduced to Obi-Wan's teacher, Qui-Gon Jinn, played by Liam Neeson, and Anakin's mother, Shmi Skywalker, played by Perlina August, I believe is how you say her first name. We also meet Padme Amidala, who is the young queen of Naboo. Jar Jar Binks, who's a Gungan, and Senator Palpatine / Darth Sidious, Yoda and Mace Windu, who are Jedi Knights, and C-3PO and R2-D2, who are, of course, droids. And we see Darth Sidious's current apprentice, as I'm sure he's had some beforehand, Darth Maul. Now, the premise of this movie is that there is a trading dispute between the Trade Federation and the Senate, causing the Trade Federation to blockade Naboo, Queen Amidala's home planet, and she's a 14-year-old queen, and she is played by Natalie Portman. And so the Chancellor, the current Chancellor, sends in Qui-Gon Jinn and Obi-Wan Kenobi to negotiate the end of this thing. And of course, peace talks fail. They never even actually take place. And they not only meet up with Jar Jar, he's either played by Ahmed Best or he's voiced by Ahmed Best. I'm not 100% sure if he is some guy in a costume or if he is a computer animated character. But they're also forced to smuggle Amidala and her handmaidens off the planet. And they are forced to make a stop on Tatooine, where they meet 9-year-old Anakin and his mother. Qui-Gon manages to free Anakin, and he takes him, as he is a slave, and he takes him back to Coruscant, where we meet Yoda, who is voiced by Frank Oz, and Mace Windu, who's played by Samuel L. Jackson, as well as several other members of the Jedi Council. I believe we get a brief glimpse of Kanan Jarrus's Master Deba Balarba. It's either in this movie or in one of the other two movies. I can't remember, but I know we just see a glimpse of her on the council. We don't see him, though. And whatnot, and then they go back to Naboo and raise the Gungan army to try and save it. And I don't want to give too much away in case you haven't seen the movie. I really liked this movie. I thought it set up the pretense for the prequel's pretty good. I actually liked the original trilogy a little bit better than I liked this trilogy, only because I saw the original trilogy first and I kind of knew what was going to happen in this trilogy just based on that. Liked seeing Anakin take a step, or not Anakin, I liked seeing Obi-Wan as a student, because when we see him in everything else, he is the wise teacher and mentor. So seeing him in the role of a student was a nice change of pace. I liked seeing Anakin as a child. I liked seeing where he came from. It kind of makes more sense down the road, helps make more sense down the road of what happened to him. I did like Jackie Lloyd. I thought he did a very good job of portraying young Anakin. I had a hard time making an emotional connection to him based solely on the fact that I knew what was going to happen to him, and it was hard for me to separate Anakin from sweet little 9-year-old pod racing Anakin, an aspiring pilot, excuse me, from Darth Vader, the dark Sith warrior who was responsible for a lot of deaths later on. It was just really hard for me to separate that from him. It's just really, really, it's just hard for me, as I had seen as I stated before, I had seen the trilogy, original trilogy first. But still, a really good movie. Out of the 3 from its trilogy, I liked it the best. It set things up a lot better. I liked seeing where R2 came from, how he originally belonged to Padme. I liked seeing C-3PO before he got his coverings. Anakin actually built C-3PO, so I thought, oh wow, that's an interesting twist. I liked seeing a couple of things I liked in the movie. I liked seeing Coruscant, because we really didn't see Coruscant in the original trilogy, so I liked seeing that. We don't move around a lot in this movie. We move around between like 3 planets. We move around between Coruscant, Tatooine, and Naboo, and that's about it. We don't move around that much in the other planets. I like the pod race on Tatooine. I thought that was very interesting, something very interesting to put into Star Wars. And whatnot. I like the fight scene when they're battling against the droid army. I like that, and I like the Gungan's underwater world. I thought that was really cool. I like the creatures under there and whatnot. And I liked actually seeing the Jedi Council. I mean, in the original trilogy, the Jedi are mentioned and whatnot, but you really only see really only see Luke and Yoda and Obi-Wan, so all the other Jedi are dead at that point. And so I liked seeing other Jedi and whatnot, and seeing them in that. I liked the fight scene with the lightsabers and whatnot. And overall, I really did I liked it. Like I said, I didn't like it as much as I liked the original trilogy. I thought the original trilogy was better, even though it didn't have as much technological advances. But I think the only reason that soured me on this trilogy, on the prequels, was that I kind of knew where the storyline was going. I think if I had seen these 3, if I had seen this movie and Attack of the Clones and Revenge of the Sith first, I probably would have liked them a little better than I do. But still a very good movie. It sets up the events to happen in Attack of the Clones and Revenge of the Sith very well. So it leaves you kind of guessing a little bit as what might happen, even though you have a pretty good idea of what is going to happen. So yeah, basically, all in all, a really good movie. I really liked it. I won't be doing any more special edition videos for Star Wars. They'll just be regular movie talk videos. But as I said, they will be in order. So feel free to look for those. The next one coming up will be Attack of the Clones. So look for that one. Also, I recently posted a couple of top favorite lists, top 10 favorite clones, top 10 favorite Jedi, top 5 favorite Star Wars couple, and top 20 favorite Star Wars characters. So feel free to check those out. Be sure, also feel free to check out my book talk and TV talk videos and my other movie talk videos. Please like and subscribe. That helps me out a lot. And feel free to leave your comments in the comment section. That also helps me out a lot. And feel free to follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Excuse me. The information will be right in the section, or the description section. I will get more into the other characters in the other movies, as they don't really touch a lot on them. So that about wraps up this special movie talk video. I'm sorry it's so short, but I don't want to get too much into the franchise, and there really wasn't a lot to talk about in this movie. I mean, it's good, but I'll probably get more in depth in the original trilogy in The Force Awakens and the Clone Wars movie and Rogue One, just because I kind of like those movies a little bit better. Not that, like I said, not that the prequels were terrible. It's just I kind of knew where they were going, so if I had seen them first and I had no clue what was going to happen, I probably would have liked them more. So thank you. I'm Jennifer. Thank you for watching this special Star Wars Day movie talk edition on The Phantom Menace, and I will see you next time. May the Force be with you.